Now at 6, residents of Joplin's North Park apartment complex begin the cleanup process after last night's fire. Plus, Allen County Community College opens its annual Aggie Days event. And the University of Missouri joins forces with a group of area educators for a project to remember soldiers of our past.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Some residents of the Joplin apartment building that burned overnight are now in a temporary shelter. Fortunately, no one was seriously hurt. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. Investigators are trying to determine the cause of that fire that broke out just before 10 last night at the North Park Apartments on Joplin's East Newman Road. That's where our reporter Amber Jenkins is right now, and she joins us live.
The first roll-off is already filled with debris. 6 out of 24 apartments were damaged from last night's fire. According to the deputy fire chief, more apartments could have been damaged if it wasn't for the fire stops.
A fire marshal's office that's very active in codes and ordinances and enforcing codes within the city. And apartment buildings like this one have to have fire stops built into the attic area, which gave us time to get in and get the fire put out before it spread laterally across into the other parts of the building.
With the extra time, thanks to the fire stops, firefighters evacuated 38 occupants out of the 3-story structure. The Joplin Fire Marshal is investigating. A local disaster response team arrived the morning after to start the cleanup process.
28 years, this is one of the worst ones that we've seen. That's no lie. It's a pretty bad one. The apartments on the right side, those are going to be full guts. You can't really save anything, but the ones that didn't get as much smoke damage, we're going to be able to save those units.
The Red Cross set up shelter for residents who were affected.
Being able to get someplace to stay. We opened a shelter last night for those who were in need. Being able to have some peace is just things that kind of is going through their mind at this time.
And they're going to get us a hotel and stuff like that. And they gave us a little bit of funds, to help us out and stuff like that. So if that don't work out, I probably have to go move somewhere else,
Howard received a call from his mother who was in the apartments at the time of the fire, telling him to rush home.
Stressed out in the beginning, because everybody was just drilling, rushing, people running around. It's just very crowded and, people crying because they think that my mom's in a fire. So I had to warn people that everybody was safe and stuff like that, just trying to get everybody comfortable.
His apartment was not damaged by the fire itself, but by the water that came through the walls.
Then I went to my apartment, which is on the left side, and the left side got damaged too, but on my side, I'm in the back side, so it didn't really get too much damage, but water did come through the walls and, got everything wet like that. And then I guess it's starting to come through the ceiling, like the water's still dripping.
We're still waiting for the official cause of the fire. Fire officials say they are not ruling out electrical malfunction. Dow, back to you.
Certainly we'll be looking for updates. Amber Jenkins, thanks. Authorities in Pittsburgh charge a man they say broke into a home armed with a knife. Happened yesterday around 5:15 p.m. in the 900 block of East 8th Street. Police responded to a call about a man breaking into a home, and when they arrived, the homeowner was outside, told them the suspect was still inside. Officers went in and they arrested 25-year-old Zach Camplin of Pittsburgh. He's charged with aggravated assault, criminal threat, and criminal damage to property. Expect another chilly night. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, it looks like temperatures are going to be dropping back just above freezing once again, so we are going to have some patchy frost out there, but it turned out to be a pretty good day. Look at this. We're dry. We're sunny at 61 in Joplin, 61 in Pittsburgh as well, sitting near 60 on the Missouri and Arkansas side. Low to mid 60s once you get out across northeastern Oklahoma, southeastern Kansas. Still a little bit breezy. We got those northwesterly winds kicking in 10 to 15. These are going to slowly back off as we go through the overnight hours, but we do have frost advisory again, Missouri and also Kansas, as we're going to get a pretty thick frost across the region. Clear skies, not a whole bunch going on for us. So through the evening hours, we slide back through the 50s, 40s, into the 30s. Warming trend, we're going to look at thunderstorms, eclipse, all coming up here in a bit.
See you soon. Allen Community College in Iola today kicked off its annual Aggie Days event. It showcases the school's agriculture program, features plenty of opportunities for learning. The day includes a variety of competitions covering everything from livestock judging to nursery landscaping, and a lot more. The event also serves as a possible next step for high school students interested in agriculture.
We've had an ag program here for years, and we do this annually to try to help prepare the high school students for their state contests. So this gives those students in the high schools and 4-H's an opportunity to come on our campus and see our facilities and perhaps maybe come to school here.
The organizers say the day drew close to 700 students to the campus for agriculture career activities. Today at the Fort Scott National Cemetery, community members came together to recognize and remember men and women who have served our country. Those who attended were separated into 4 groups, and each group was assigned a soldier to research. For one woman, one grave in particular stands out. Anthony Saviello has that story.
His name is Clarence Rhodes. He went by Leon.
Clarence Leon Rhodes served in Vietnam. His memory is carried on through his daughter, Angie.
I grew up in Colorado Springs because my dad was in the Air Force, and I saw his sacrifice. And when he left, he joined the Army Reserves and moved back home to take care of his family. So just seeing that sense of honor and protection was really instilled with me at a young age.
Now Angie is joining in with fellow members of the community to carry on the memories of other veterans buried at the Fort Scott National Cemetery.
What was really kind of exciting is that when you're out and you're exploring the site, the number of questions that are actually created rather than answered. So it brings that sense of inquiry and wonder. And if that happens to adults who are teachers, I'm excited about what that could do for our students.
Angie, like most of those who are out at the cemetery, is a teacher. Now she plans to take what she learned and pay it forward to her own students.
We've never brought our students out to experience the National Cemetery as part of their education, so I wanted to see what kind of activities we could use to bring our kids out.
An extra teaching opportunity that could expand the knowledge of her students, but it's also another reason to visit Dad. Reporting in Fort Scott, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Fort Scott National Cemetery is open to the public every day from dawn to dusk. CNC rivals Colgan and Frontenac collide on the softball field today. John's going to have the doubleheader details coming up later in sports. But up first, the FBI opens a field office in Missouri which features honors for fallen agents. FBI Director Christopher Wray was part of a group of dignitaries who cut the ribbon on a brand new high-tech FBI field office in Kansas City. Despite the celebration, the day marked a bittersweet occasion for one Kansas family whose son is a fallen agent. Grace Smith has that story.
A state-of-the-art FBI field office with a special tribute to some of the nation's best.
We built it to protect our people and our information and to last for decades to come.
Hundreds gathered to watch the red ribbon cut into pieces and the doors officially open. In attendance, the Job family.
It's very bittersweet. When we first heard they were going to do this, we were very honored.
Each conference room is dedicated to a local hero who gave the ultimate sacrifice. One of those heroes, her son, Special Agent Jerry Job.
It's an honor to have our son recognized for his act of heroism.
Special Agent Job was born in Liberal, Kansas. He was inside the Pentagon on September 11th, 2001. But in 2010, he died from cancer caused by toxins from that fateful day.
Wonderful husband, father, son.
The 137,000 square foot building is located just off 71 Highway near KCI, something Dolores and her family say they're proud to stand beside.
Men and women who work here, have dedicated their lives to protecting our community and our country.
Although the building marks a new chapter of the FBI's presence in the Missouri-Kansas area, the agency has been a part of the region since 1920. A little bit later, the Adam LaRoche varsity baseball tournament hits the field today in Fort Scott. John's going to have that story and a whole lot more coming up in sports.
Plus another cold night for us tonight and chances for storms in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a beautiful Thursday for us today. A little breezy, but plenty of sunshine. Temperatures great as we went into lower 60s during the afternoon. We're going to continue this warming trend as we go through the next few days. Nice shot. This is our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam. Looking at downtown Joplin off toward the north and to the east. All right, frost advisory. We're going to get fairly thick frost once again tonight, like we did see last night. So frost advisory mainly on the Kansas and the Missouri side. As we go into the morning hours, our temperatures, they're going to drop back through the 50s, 40s, down to about 33, 34 degrees. So we're going to have that widespread frost again. Very similar to what we had through the morning hours. Right now, though, it's nice. It's 58 in Monette, 60 in Carthage, Neosho, 64 in Miami, 63 Oswego. Chanute is sitting at 65. Let's go outside. Here's 7th and Rangeline sitting at 61. Northerly winds at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. The winds still breezy, but they're going to back down a little bit as we go through the evening into the overnight hours for us tonight. So here's your evening planner. We slide back through the 50s, 40s, down into the 30s later on tonight. But clear skies, we stick with the clear skies as we go through the overnight hours. You can see our upper level low still rotating across the eastern third of the country, but we have a ridge of high pressure rolling in, so that's giving us the warming trend and pretty nice conditions. And then here's our next storm system, which will start to affect us by the time we get into Saturday night. All right, let me walk you through time tonight. Lower 30s, back to near 60 by noon. As we get into the afternoon, most of us go upper 60s, 67, 68 degrees on Friday afternoon. Some mid-level clouds tomorrow night. We only drop back upper 40s, so not near as cold to start Saturday. And Saturday is going to be very windy, but our temperatures warm into the mid-70s. Clouds increase Saturday evening. Thunderstorms start to pop up. Here's 8 p.m. western counties, and then drive east. Here's 10 p.m. getting close to the Kansas-Missouri state line. Some of these could be strong, maybe low-grade severe. They push into all Missouri by midnight, and then out of here by the time we head into Sunday morning. So we are going to have a low severe threat with this, a level 1 out of 5. So we're mainly looking from 7 p.m. to midnight. Main threats are going to be hail and wind. I'm going to keep all the threats low for now, but definitely something we want to watch. All right, by morning 35, 59 by noon, high temp 67, plenty of sunshine. Of course, the eclipse is on Monday. Here in Joplin, we're over 90%. So pretty good. Totality is just to our south and to our east, but it is something we want to watch because let's go into Monday. We start to see clouds increasing Sunday night into Monday morning, right in the zone of totality. So maybe a little bit of clearing, or we're going to watch this closely over the next couple days. And if you do want to go to totality, which I do, I want to definitely find a spot that doesn't have a lot of clouds. All right, 67 Friday, 75 Saturday, 70 on Sunday. There's overnight storms Saturday night, and then some showers Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week.
You know what's going to happen? People looking for the zone of totality are just going to get in line and follow you. You're the meteorologist. They'll see where you go. Thanks, Jack. Hey, still ahead, Missouri Southern's head golf coach announces he's going to retire at the end of the season. And Pittsburgh and Fort Scott baseball both play in the opening round of the Adam LaRoche tournament. John Dales has those stories and more coming up next.
Frontenac and Colgan softball both are off to strong starts in the 2024 season. The two have combined for 5 wins this year, each of them coming by 10 runs or more. Now this afternoon, the CNC rivals meet for the first time this season with a doubleheader. Lady Panthers are coming off 2 separate 11-1 victories over Girard in the home doubleheader Tuesday. We'll have the highlights from this one tonight at 9 and 10. Over in Fort Scott, the 2024 Adam LaRoche Varsity Baseball Tournament begins this afternoon. It runs through the weekend into Saturday. First game of the tournament, Adam LaRoche Tournament, it's Blue Valley North taking on Fort Scott. Tigers in an early 3-0 hole, but starting pitcher Dub Chipman with a great pickoff move to get the runner at second base. Now we go to the bottom of the third. That's when the Tigers break through at the plate. Rocco Lafredo laces this pitch into left field. That brings in a run. Scores now 3-2. Tigers trail. Next batter, Lennox Van. He hits it sharply into right field. 2 more Tigers come in to score on this play. Fort Scott scores 6 runs in the 3rd inning. Into the 5th now. Tigers keep the line moving. Kanan Brown connects, drives this pitch into left center. Another run comes in. It's 7-3 Tigers. Same inning. Colton Rogers joins the hit parade. He lines into center field for an RBI single. Fort Scott emphatically snaps a losing streak. Tigers beat Blue Valley North 10-3 and advance to the tournament semifinals. Game number 2 of the afternoon, Pittsburgh baseball takes on Tonganoxie. Top of the 1st inning, runners on 1st and 2nd, ground ball to 3rd. Bo Pastor gloves it, steps on the base, throws over to 1st for the double play. Bottom 1 now, Grant O'Doherty lays down a bunt with a runner on. The throw to 1st gets away. The run comes in to score, ties the game at 1, and O'Doherty gets into 2nd. Later in the inning, pass ball here. Purple Dragons continue to run the bases excellently. O'Doherty scores, PHS with the lead. 3rd inning now, runners on 1st and 2nd. Jacob Linehan lines it into left field. He reaches to load the bases. The next batter, Weston Rink, hits a bloop into shallow center. Quentin Fear comes across the plate. Purple Dragons win 6-5. They advance to play Fort Scott in the winner's bracket semifinals. Missouri Southern golf coach Mike Wheeler announces today he'll retire at the end of the 2023-24 season. In a press release, he says taking this job turned out to be a great decision, and he hopes others have benefited as much as him. In his nearly 14 years at Missouri Southern, Wheeler has coached 8 All-MIAA athletes, led the Lions to 9 tournament victories, and played a big role in launching the women's program back in 2018. That's a look at sports. We'll be back after this.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOIM News at 9 on Fox 14. The Missouri Attorney General requests an execution date for a Southwest Missouri man convicted of killing a child. Plus, an actor from the hit show The Office is in Pittsburgh to share his message of hope. You know him as Dwight Wilson. And concerns about the state of public health in America with tuberculosis cases on the rise. Those stories, a lot more, it's coming up tonight. KOIM News at 9 on Fox 14. Freeman Hospital in Neosho, Missouri is providing a life-saving screening to women absolutely free of charge. Women can get free mammograms at the hospital tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The free screenings are provided by the Helping Friends Mammogram Fund, which also provides free screenings every year at the Freeman Women's Center in Joplin. This is the first year it's been provided at the Neosho campus. We have another chilly night ahead of us.
Yeah, tonight's going to be cold. We're going to have at least patchy frost across the region. 67 for a high tomorrow, and then 75 Saturday, some evening thunderstorms. But overall, majority of the weekend shaping up pretty good.
Final sports note.
After Fort Scott and Pittsburgh baseball both win their first games of the tournament today, they play each other later tonight.
Very good. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you right back here for KOIM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.